Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, because Commander's number one. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel. I'm joined today with Slothy. Slothy, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, thanks. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing not too bad. Feeling tired today. I don't know why. I feel tired. Run down. Maybe it's just the time of the year.
Yeah, fair. Getting real dark real quick now.
Yeah, I think we were just talking right before as well. Out here, the weather's just been insane. Like, it was a minus 25 day. Now it's swung back over to minus 2 degrees like Celsius.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, it hasn't been really snowing a ton lately out here yet, but it's just been that cold was very cold.
Oh yeah, it felt very sharp.
Yeah, like minus 30 with the wind chill kind of thing you were saying. Maybe that's why. That's just working all last week throughout. That was probably just exhausting a little bit in one shape or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first off, lots of new people have been listening and stuff and like reaching out on Discord, Instagram, YouTube. Very cool. So welcome everyone who's new to the show. Today we've got another deck tech for you guys. We've got kind of our end of the year stuff coming up, so this will probably be the last deck tech of the year, I'm thinking. But yeah, so Slothy fell in love with this card as soon as it was spoiled.
Yeah, I've built one for pretty much every power level. It's so much fun.
Yeah, so you can tell them, and if you want, we can put a few of the lists in the link as well.
Sure.
Yeah, but let them know what we're talking.
Yeah, so this one is Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. This is 3 generic for a 1/2 legendary artifact creature Thopter with flash and flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash, and whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than Liberator's power, put a +1/+1 counter on Liberator.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
It's a really cool commander.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of good colorless ones, at least in my opinion.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. As soon as I saw it as well, I was like, this is finally a colorless commander that's really worth building. The only other things were like Hope of Jiriper, and then maybe like the Titans.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing I can even think of also possibly have been built.
Maybe Traxos as well.
Okay, yeah.
Like 4 mana, 7/7.
Yeah, that untaps every time you drop historic spells in.
Yeah.
Still
there's not a lot.
Yeah, right? Like, it's just this is a card that I think actually brings colorless to the forefront as something that is usable.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just, like, number one is it's hilarious artwork. I love the artwork of the card. I think it's so silly.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Is there?
I also built one of these like as soon as it was spoiled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's mine's gross, but I assume yours is probably gross.
This one's not as gross.
It could be grosser is what you're saying.
Yeah, the other ones are more very Eldrazi stacksy.
That's fair.
This one's fun.
All right, well, where do you want to start us off in this list with it?
Let's start off with our instants and sorceries.
Okay.
It's a very, very sad section compared to what I'm used to.
I guess there's only so many colorless things, right?
Yeah. First one, for the instance, is Scour from Existence. 7 mana, exile target permanent.
7 mana seems like such a high cost, but when you look at it, like, you're in artifacts, you're going to ramp out really, really hard because what else would you put in the deck?
Exactly. It's really kind of feels unbalanced with how the CMC shows on the card, but then how hard it is to actually get to it.
Yeah. I like it. Having an exile available in this deck is going to be really helpful. You also have Warping Whale, 1 and 1 colorless. Choose 1 exile target creature with powered or toughness 1 or less, counter target sorcery. Put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion token onto the battlefield. It has sack it, add colorless to your mana pool. I like it.
Yeah. Then moving on over to sorceries, we've got All Is Dust. 7 mana. Each player sacrifices all colored permanents he or she controls.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. This is how the game ends.
That one's a big problem.
Oh yeah.
Like, exactly like you said, that just ends the game for people. There's not really a way to come back from sacrificing the entirety of your board. Like, and especially for you, you're all colorless. It's not going to hurt you, but just being forced to try play the game out late when you have like only like a soul ring and an arcane signet or something is pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's that's a good inclusion. You also have Gruesome Slaughter. 6 mana. Until end of turn, colorless creatures you control gain tap. This creature deals damage to its power to target creature. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this one's just kind of way to whittle things down before we go out for an attack.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
And the third sorcery we've got is Introduction to Annihilation. It's 5 mana. It's a lesson. Exile target non-land permanent. Its controller draws a card.
I like it.
Yeah.
I wanted to look at your land section because it looks very similar to my Liberator ones. I wasn't trying to find 30 wastes.
No.
Yeah, so do you want to go over some of your notable ones here?
Sure. So we've got pretty basic land base. We've got Tomb of the Spirit Dragon, which will let us gain some life back for each colorless creature we control. We've got all the Urza's lands, including the new workshop.
That's a good one.
Rogue's Passage, of course.
Yeah, so you can sneak it through. You got Shrine of the Forsaken Gods as well, that taps for colorless or taps for 2 colorless for colorless spells.
Yeah.
That really works out well. And then Crystal Vein as well can really early accelerate you with its ability to tap for mana or sack for 2 of any color.
Yeah, absolutely.
I totally forgot about the pardon me. I totally forgot about the workshop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got to send that as a list now that I need one.
I love the workshop, but
yeah.
I do not think it's as busted as some people were saying that it was going to be.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for lands that are notable.
I like that you don't have to deal with any tap lands in this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and it's so funny. When I was building mine, I just went through my binder and I was just grabbing whatever nonsense colorless lands I could find.
Fair.
So it's a really funny little list on mine too.
Nice.
I
want to see that one actually.
Yeah, hitting the workshop tower plant in mine, it's gonna really, really help out. Like that helps out in every deck that cares about stuff like this, but really helps out in this one.
Yeah, well, what would it be like if you've got all 4 out? You can get 11 mana.
Yeah, enough to like
that?
raw cast Titans on 4 lands.
Yeah, turn 4 Titans.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
I want to move on over to the Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Ugin the Ineffable. 6 mana for Legendary Planeswalker Ugin, starts with 4 loyalty. Colorless spells I cast cost 2 less. +1, exile the top card of your library face down and look at it. Create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When that token leaves the battlefield, put the exiled card into your hand. Or you can -3, destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors.
Yeah, that's Ugin's gonna just be great. Just the cost reduction alone is worth running it.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2 off in a deck that's a little bit more high-ended, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I could see that being very cool. Do you want to do your ramp next?
Sure.
Starting off, we got Basalt Monolith. Very, very combo-intensive card, which is fun. 3 mana. It doesn't untap during during your untap step. It taps for 3 mana, or you pay 3 and untap it. I like it.
Yeah. Then we got Everflowing Chalice, 0 mana. It's got multi-kicker 2. Everflowing Chalice enters the battlefield with a charge counter for each time it was kicked, and you can tap it to add colorless for each charge counter on it.
Yeah. That's especially in this, right? Usually it's just kind of wasted. Like, I'll tap this for, if you've got lots of mana, I'll tap it for 10 colorless, and you have to float 10 colorless because you can't use it.
Yeah.
This deck takes advantage of it way better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you've also got a Hedron Archive here. 4 colorless, it taps for 2 mana, and pay 2, sack it, draw 2 cards. Just solid early ramp.
Yeah. We've got Mind Stone. 2 mana, you can tap it for colorless, or pay 1 and tap it to sacrifice it and draw a card.
Yeah. You also have a Palladium Mirror, which is really cool. I like that one.
I love this one.
Yeah, Palladium Mirror's always been fun. It's 3 mana. It's 2/2. It taps for 2 colorless. It's just good stats overall.
Yeah. We got Soul Ring. 1 mana, tap for 2. We all know that one.
Yeah, no problem. I've actually not seen the next one. What's this one from? Dominaria?
This is from Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, okay. Stone Speaker Crystal. 4 mana, taps for 2 colorless, and then 2 in a tap. Sack it, exile any number of target players' graveyards, draw a card. That's great. Great utility.
Yeah. Yeah, like that it could just hose graveyard decks.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you can hose, and even in a worst case and stuff, right? There's just the ability to have the mana, have the draw. I like it. I love utility of stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
You've also got Thought Vessel. I want to take that one because I love Thought Vessel. I just love the artwork on it every time I see it. But it's... Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, the art's beautiful.
Yeah, I really like it. It's the flavor text is always what I like. It's the infinite possibilities contained in a finite space.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's... I also always think it looks like a weird, samurai with a mustache. That's why I enjoy it every time. Yeah,
I didn't see it until you just said that, but now that's all I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I've never been able to unsee it since I've seen it, and I just love it. So that's why I like the artwork so much. 2 mana, you have no max hand size, which is very awesome, and then taps for colorless.
Yeah. We've got Thran Dynamo, 4 mana, tap it for 3.
Yeah, Thran Dynamo is also good ramp. You can't unsee it, can you?
Oh, no, I can't.
It's so funny. I know. Literally, the first time I saw it like that, I don't even know what I was playing, but I was like, is that a samurai's face? And then now, every time I've seen it since then, I've only been able to see that. I cannot see anything else in the artwork, and I just enjoy it.
Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. I like your ramp section. It's pretty solid.
Where should we move next? Let's do creatures next.
Sure. Do you want to start them off here?
Sure. First creature we got here is Bane of Bala Ged, 7 mana for a 7/5 Eldrazi. Whenever Bane of Bala Ged attacks, defending player exiles 2 permanents he or she controls.
That's brutal.
Yeah. I played this one in the only modern deck that I have, and it's just destructive.
Yeah. Exile, Annihilator too. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a great one for Ishan.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I like that. You've got a Brass Squire, 3 colorless. It's an artifact creature, mirror, 1/3. Attach target creature, or attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. Oh, I also, from the comments, somebody did clarify a rule on it. If you copy an equipment and it becomes a creature, it can't be re-equip.
Okay.
Which is a bummer. They're really not going to like what I was doing in the Urza video I'm putting up. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, so it's you can't do that. So it's always a good rule to know about the equipments. Look at us still learning.
Yeah. We got Chief of the Foundry, 3 mana for a 2/3 artifact creature construct. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plain and simple. I love that art on that. So.
You also have in here Crypto Thrall. I think this is one of the 40k cards.
Yeah.
It's 4 colorless. It's a 3/3 construct. It has Protector. Other artifact creatures you control have hexproof. That's really, really gonna be a problem because that's all of your deck.
Yeah, I think I ended up counting, and there were 10 non-land cards that weren't artifacts.
Yeah.
In here. So this one puts in work.
I always forget as well that the Battlethopter just keeps getting bigger with those 1/1 counters.
Oh yeah.
Right, so it's it does get out of control.
Next up we got Endbringer. 5 and a colorless for a 5/5 Eldrazi. Untap during each other player's untap step. You can tap it to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. Pay colorless and tap it. Target creature can't attack or block this turn. Or 2 colorless and tap it to draw a card. That's
a really, really good addition.
Yeah, I really like this card. It's the fact that it untaps during each other player's untap. You can make it, if you got 6 mana, draw 3 cards before it gets back to your turn.
Well, you also have pretty much the incentive to never... It's another thing worth mentioning. You have the incentive to never cast during, your turn.
Yeah, Exactly.
Yeah, so Endbringer is going to just be able to, okay, well, I'll lose a few mana, draw a card. I'll lose a few mana, draw a card. But any of even your sorceries aren't actually sorceries in this deck.
Everything's an instant.
Yeah, exactly, right? So like Endbringer comes out as an instant. Just yeah, it does work. That's the ability to draw 3 cards every go around or just ping 3 damage on every person is rough.
Yeah. Or yeah, I love this. I love this one.
Yeah, I like that a lot. You also have an Etched Champion, 3 mana for a 2/2 soldier. It has protection from all colors as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. I bet that just beats face.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like it just is so hard. It's almost impossible to get rid of, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sole purpose of this card is to just kick the crap out of people.
Yeah.
Got Foundry Inspector. 3 mana for an artifact creature construct. Artifact spells I cast cost 1 less. And it's a 3/2.
Yeah. A lot of these are also just beaters that you can keep flashing in and out.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can just throw like that Etched Champion at 3 mana to block someone's huge commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You also have Joyra's Familiar. 4 colorless historic spells cast 1 less. And it's 2/2 bird.
Got Kuldotha Forge Master. 5 mana for a 3/5 artifact creature construct. Tap and sacrifice 3 artifacts. Search your library for an artifact card, put it on the battlefield, and then shuffle.
I always forget about that card.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
It's really good. It's like really, really good.
Is it?
Yeah. Throw 3 artifacts away and then you get to go get anything.
Yeah. And it goes straight to the battlefield too, which I like.
Even if it was sack 3, get an artifact to your hand, I'd still probably play that.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you also have a Lodestone Golem, 4 colorless for a 5/3 Golem, non-artifact spells, cost 1 more to cast. That's, people should be happy I didn't find that for Urza. I like that one a lot. Little bit of stacks, a little bit of keeping everyone on their toes.
Exactly. The stack might be a little bit slower, so we got to slow things down a little bit.
That's fair.
We got Mirror Retriever. It's 2 mana for a 1/1 artifact creature mirror. When it dies, return another target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. There's quite a few things, especially in the artifact and equipment section, that are going to want to be removed. So being able to get it back is very, very good.
Yeah, I like that one. I also like this next card a lot. Every time I just see it, I always enjoy seeing it hit the battlefield. It's Scrap Trawler.
Yeah.
3 colorless for a 3/2 construct. Whenever it or another artifact you control is put into a graveyard, return to your hand target artifact in your graveyard with lesser mana value. That's going to put in so much work for a deck like this.
Oh, absolutely. It's just insane.
Yeah, like a lot of work.
We've got Shimmer Mirror. 3 mana for a 2/2 artifact creature mirror with flash. You may cast artifact spells as though they had flash. This is for just in case your commander gets removed, you can still throw stuff around whenever you want.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the artwork of this next one for the is it a different version, or have I just never seen it blown up?
Sure.
Weird, yeah. It's Steel Hellkite. Oh, no, I think it's the same artwork.
Same artwork, just with a different border.
Weird, yeah. I really like the look of it with the old border.
Yeah.
It's a 6 mana 5/5 dragon. It has flying. Pay 2, it gets 1/0 till end of turn. So unblocked, this can beat face. It's a lot to dump in. And then X, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by Steel Hellkite. Activate only once each turn. That's the problem.
Yeah. And that might be a bad person, but this is the reason Basalt Monolith is in this deck.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's if it's unblocked, and as you said, you have a Rogue's Passage, be like, I will hit you for 1,000,000.
Exactly.
Yep. The mighty Bonk. Liberator does go bonk.
Next up, we got Steel Overseer. 2 mana for a 1/1 artifact creature construct. Tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature you control.
Yeah. Do you have an Ozlith in here?
I don't think I do in this version, but I absolutely should.
Yeah, because it's your commander does get a lot of 1/1 counters. I can't talk today. A lot of counters on it, I assume.
Yeah. I'm going to put that in there right now. I think it was just a budgetary thing for this one.
That's fair, yeah. Ozlith, I just was thinking, especially with that Steel Overseer, that'd be so annoying to
Yeah.
you flash your Ozolith or your you flash your Ozolith out in response to them trying to kill you, and then bring the Liberator back as like a 2020 seeking vengeance.
He hath returned.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, the Ozolith would be killer in this one.
Yes. You talk. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's a $28 card.
Has it gone up that much?
Yeah, I have like 7 of them from when Ikoria came out.
I have a lot of them, and they're all in decks.
Yeah.
I constantly keep looking at like the price of some of the things, and I'm like, I got to do something with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. No one needs 400 decks. That's what I got to tell myself.
Hey, it's one for every day of the year, and then
a few more days of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get to that point, like you were saying last weekend, where you've played every deck that you have.
Yeah, well, it'd be fun to go, through the great spot to plug the stream things. We do a lot of streams with the YouTube stuff, so come check it out. Come look at me play different decks, because I don't think I've repeated a single deck on stream. And I would like to have streamed everyone, but I have I think I'm right at like 398 or 399, and in front of me is another Urza pile. I'm making a Coma pile, and then beside me is a big deck. I've got a problem. And if anyone has any good ideas about ways to display decks, let me know, because they all could just kind of sit in archives and stuff right now, and it's, I don't know, it would look better with a cool display, like maybe a big LED shelf. If you guys have any ideas, send them to me on Instagram or Discord or Twitter. Yeah, also talk to us on Twitter. We started using Twitter now. Yeah. We I think we might make a Hive too. A lot of people are over on Hive and stuff, but yeah, we got our Twitter password back, so very cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, back to this. You were talking about this as another option for a colorless commander.
Yes.
It is Traxos for colorless for a 7/7. Traxos Scourge of Krug. It's a legendary artifact creature construct. Has trample. It enters tapped and doesn't untap during your untap, and whenever you cast a historic spell, untap it. The fact that the whole deck is basically historic, so always untaps it is rough. But the fact that you can flash those things in to do that is even rougher.
Yeah, absolutely. And 7/7 for 4 mana.
A 7/7 at 4 is beefy.
Yeah. Because really, there's a lot of really cheap artifacts that you can just untap. It is basically just 7/7 for 4.
Yeah.
Also, I do love this Brothers War art.
It's very cool.
I think.
Yeah, I saw the other artwork there. I really like these. They really, the Brothers War artifacts that they brought out were really cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of all of them.
I love the Howling Mine. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a shock to everyone, I know.
My favorite artifact to come out of this set is Goldbug.
Goldbug is really cool. That will be a deck that we do pretty soon. You're saying, you're like, this is way more mean than I thought.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I thought they're pretty cool looking cards, the Transformers ones.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say, they made a new Secret Lair thing of Transformers, and I'm not a fan of the Secret Lair stuff right now. I think they are releasing way too much, way too fast, blah, blah, blah. But that being said, most of the artwork looks like it's stuff from the animated movie, and it's flavor text from the animated movie, from my childhood.
Yeah.
So it's I think Dramatic Reversals is the Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost, and I'm probably gonna buy it just because I'm a dork. I love that movie. So they might have got me on this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen the Transformers The Secret Lair.
Oh yeah, they did a bunch of new ones. I will
see. There's the Lens. We got Biforce, Quick to Brutality, Greater Good, True Fabricate. Oh yeah, those are amazing. Yeah, they look pretty cool. I keep saying that they look like the. I was like, oh, they have the 40K frames, and a bunch of people were quick to tell me that, oh no, those aren't the 40K frames, those are just the frames of Universes Beyond, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know, I like them a lot. Also, the next card you have on this list is Mean. Who hurt you? I'll let you take that one too, it's Mean. Sure. This next one is Void Winnower, 9 mana for an 11/9 Eldrazi. Your opponents can't cast spell. I promise this isn't an Eldrazi deck. That's the other one, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Your opponents can't cast spells with even converted mana costs. 0 is even. Your opponents can't block with creatures with even converted mana cost.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a world fall to its knees? Watch and learn.
Yeah, it's Void Winter is always a problem when it hits the board.
Mm-hmm.
It can like totally wreck decks, especially making it so that they can't like block with their tokens. They have a big token army, and you're like, nah.
Yeah, I've been on the other side of that one.
Yeah, a lot of times. Do you want to do? You have 2 sections left. Which one do you want to do of these 2?
Let's do the artifacts.
All right. So we started up. We've got Clock of Omens, 4 colorless, tap 2 untapped artifacts you control, untap target artifact. Yeah.
We got Cloud Key, 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, choose artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, or sorcery. Spells you cast the chosen type cost 1 less to cast.
Cloud Key is a wonderful card, and you don't see it hit the board very often, and I don't know why, because it's not even expensive at the moment.
No, it's like $4.
Yeah, like it's not even a case card. The artwork looks great, like especially that in like a foil. I think that was back in the Time Spiral Remastered, obviously, right? Yeah. I'm probably going to pick a bunch of those up, especially $3. Like, again, I'm used to them being more expensive, like a lower end case card, but that's a cool artwork, that one.
There we go. That one's actually cheaper too.
And it's cheaper, yeah. Huh. Yeah, the Brothers War version is really, really cool and like $275.
That's another thing too. I love the schematic art cards?
Yeah.
From Brothers War. They're beautiful.
I'm still having trouble believing that they brought that down that much. It's a good reprint. It's not good if you owned a bunch of them, but it's a solid reprint because there's a lot of decks that need that reduction.
Yeah, and it's not like it's only good in artifact decks or creature decks.
Oh yeah, even the fact that you can be like a sorcery based deck or something and just say, hey, I'm gonna dump all these out.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. You also have Crawl Space, 3 mana. No more than 2 creatures can attack you each combat. So you can still swing out, but people can only come at you with 2.
Yeah.
And with your Etched Champion out, that's going to make it so they can swing with like 1 thing that isn't going to get fully tanked.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
We got Expedition Map. 1 mana, tap 2, tap it to sacrifice it, search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle.
Yeah, for me, I would generally probably be fetching either my Rogues or one of the Urza's lands.
100%.
Yeah.
Or case calls for maybe Buried Ruin.
That's fair.
Buried Ruin, and yeah, I don't know.
The next one's really, really good in this deck. I was trying to find some of these, and I can't find them anywhere right now.
This is the next one that enables Basalt Monolith to go infinite with 2
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that, but that does, yeah. Forsaken Monument, 5 colorless. Colorless creatures you control get 2/2, which is a massive buff. That's everything in this deck. Mm-hmm. Whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, you add an additional colorless. Again, a massive buff. That's every permanent. That's your lands, that's your ramp, that's everything. And that's nuts. Like that, it's a lot. That turns like your just basic wastes into like double mana, like 5. If you have 5 wastes out and you cast the Forsaken Monument, you double to 10 mana. It can't stay on the field. And then still has whenever you cast a colorless spell, you gain 2 life, which in this deck is 100% of the things you could cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forsaken Monument is really going to do just bad things to your table. And especially like the commander you have, it's a flyer. It keeps getting bigger. It's probably not out of the like ordinary for a Liberator to be, like a 5/5 kind of 7/7 kind of thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's not hard at all.
6/7 or whatever. Yeah. So giving that a buff is pretty hurtful. Yeah, I really like the inclusion of that card. It's very cool.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite cards from Zendikar Remastered.
Yeah, I also really like the flavor text on it. The We Shall Forever Roam.
Yeah,
by Ailey. Yeah, it is a very cool card.
Yeah. Then we got Godfarer's Statue, 6 mana, legendary artifact. Spells your opponent's cast cost 2 more to cast, and at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life.
It's just it's a busted card. It's annoying.
I think the only thing that's, disappointing to me when I'm on the offensive side of it is that this, as well as the Forsaken Monument, are legendary, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, you can't copy them.
Yeah. But I think having 1 would be just fine.
Yeah. I like a lot of this section. Like this is less stacksy than I thought. Like, I don't know if this is your bad version of this deck.
Yeah, 100%. This is the bad Voltron version.
Oh no, like I meant bad as in like mean version.
Oh, bad, no.
Okay, because I was looking at this list, I was like, you know what? This looks like a fun deck to play and a fun deck. Like my Liberator deck is like, I'm gonna destroy all of their lands. And you're like, all right, so we've got like a God Pharaoh statue. I'm like, look at Slothy go. He's not going the stacks route.
It's only taken me a year of being here, but I finally did it, guys.
I was so proud. I was like, I'm looking for a Howling Mine. We're gonna be getting there. Right? Yeah. You also have a Manifold Key, 1 colorless, pay 1, untap another target artifact, 3 and a colorless, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Yeah, commander damage in this deck is very, very viable, and I see what the next section is called, so it's very, very viable.
Yeah. This next one is also kind of a funky way to win the game. I'll get into more. Actually, no. After this, we'll jump down to the other card.
Okay.
But it's Mesmeric Orb. 2 mana. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card.
Okay.
And then we've got Staff of Domination.
Oh.
Which 3 mana, you can pay 1 to untap it, gain 1 life for tap 2 and tapping it, then 3 and tap it, untap target creature, 4 and tap, and then 5 and tap, tap target creature and draw a card, sorry.
Where is Staff? I'm not seeing it.
Second from the bottom.
Oh, it's in that list. That makes more sense. Yep. It's not equipment. Yeah, the untapped target creature. So you can, once you've got the infinite mana, they may have protection from things, be unable to die, but nobody generally has protection from losing their library.
Yeah. And this is kind of something like this will mill me out as well when the staff becomes untapped, but...
Yeah, but you get to your turn last.
Exactly.
I like that. Games have to end, and sometimes a creative way to end the game is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You also have Mind's Eye, a card that I just love putting in decks. It's 5 colorless. Whenever an opponent draws, you can pay 1 if you do draw a card. Any deck that's like running like a Seedborn Muse, anything like that, the Mind's Eye just is so useful to just be able to pay 1 every turn, or you're playing against a draw deck, something like that. I'll draw 3 with you guys. I'll draw 2 with you. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite masterpieces too.
I don't know if I remember what the masterpiece version is. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, it's like with Dovin.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's Dovin or just like a one of like the consulate people. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's Dovin.
It might not. Yeah, it might not be Dovin. I just know it's one of the people from like the Kaladesh plane, like the Chancellor people or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know I love that card.
I like that one. Yeah. Next up, we got Mirage Mirror. 3 mana. You can pay 2. It becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn.
Yeah. I always like Mirage Mirror too. Mirage Mirror is one I put in a lot of decks, just overall.
Yeah.
It's just a cool card. Especially if you have someone who's like playing a Kinnan. That would be funny.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would. Play Kinnan, you make infinite mana off of your first cast. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Mirage Mirror is really, really cool. You also have a Mirror Works, 5 colorless. Whenever another non-token artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 2. If you do, you create a token that's a copy of it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot in this deck that you would like to have copies of. Like a lot of cards.
Absolutely. Then we got Mystic Forge. 4 mana, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells and colorless spells from the top of your library, and you can tap it to pay 1 life and exile the top card of your library.
Yeah, that's good. That's good in this deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, again, 100% of the castable spells in your deck is that. Yeah, no, I forgot about that one when I was building mine, actually. Tap it, pay life, exiles. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I like this one. This is a card you don't really see very often at all.
Yeah.
And I like that you had to have something like this in your hand. It's Null Brooch, 4 colorless, pay 2, tap it, discard your hand, counter target non-creature spell, play it as an interrupt. You have to have some control in there. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
Then we got Sculpting Steel. 3 mana, you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's that's always a good one. I like Sculpting Steel a lot. It's so cheap right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's been getting reprinted like every artifact-based pre-con, it seems.
They're printing a lot of cards into the ground, but I like playing a lot of those cards, so they're cheap.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Makes it easier for everybody else to play.
Yes. You also have Semblance Anvil. 3 colorless. When it enters, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells that share a card type with the exiled card are 2 less. So anything in your like artifact creatures are gonna do both your artifacts and creatures as less. Love it.
Yeah.
Semblance Anvil is really, really good. Then we have your Staff of Domination that you had already talked about.
Yeah.
Also just a good card for this deck as well.
The staff?
Yeah. Just a good card overall. Like you've got so much colorless mana to just dump into things.
Yeah. Like the reason I put the staff in there initially was so that after Liberator attacks, if he doesn't have Vigilance, then I can just untap him and have him on defense as well and have a massive blocker.
Yeah. With only 1 mana, yeah. That's not too bad at all. I'm looking and I know you've got one of the mirrors, but I think it's only 2 mana, right?
Which one?
One of your mirrors. It's Palladium Mirror, yeah.
Mirror?
Yeah, Palladium Mirror's 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite enough to gain you infinite life.
No.
Oh yeah, I guess you'd also have to untap. Okay. You need significantly large amounts of colorless mana to get your infinite stuff with.
Yeah.
But that's fair. You also have your Unwinding Clock, which is gross. 4 colorless, you untap all artifacts you control during each other player's untap step. That's really gonna make cards like your again, Staff of Domination, your Mind Stone, or not your Mind Stone, your what's the one I'm thinking? Mind's Eye. Stuff like that, that's gonna make it put in significantly larger amounts, yeah. Because you'll be able to, again, you'll be able to draw every turn.
Mind's Eye doesn't tap.
No, Mind's Eye doesn't tap, but your permanents that tap for mana untap, letting you constantly dump your mana into Mind's Eye, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little confused.
Yeah, no. It's not untapping the Mind's Eye.
Yeah. I get you now. Giving me mana to draw with Mind's Eye.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Let me just...
Yeah, so you've got a lot of your last section's called clothing.
Yeah, these are all the artifacts and equipments.
I like it.
The first one we got is Argentum Armor. 6 mana, equipped creature gets +6/+6, and whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target permanent, and it has equipped for 6.
I dislike it a little. I like it, but not if it's swinging at me. That makes your commander instantly a 6/7 that's blowing up permanents on attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. I don't like that as much as I said. Yeah, you've also got your Basilisk Collar, 1 colorless. Don't know why I can't talk again. 1 colorless equipped creature has Death Touch and Lifelink, and it equips for 2. Yeah. Blow flyers out of the sky way easier.
Absolutely. And
gain so much life with your commander.
Then we got Blackblade Reforged, 2 mana for legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Equip legendary creature for 3 or equip for 7.
I wouldn't have even considered this because I was like, it's colorless. You don't really have your land ramp, but that's funny. That's huge.
Oh yeah, yeah. She still gets up there.
Well, yeah. Again, even if it's just a 5 mana that you, if you've got 5 lands out, you play it and you equip it for 3. Mm-hmm. 5 on your commander's a problem. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's take the next one too because that's also gross. This is I like this section a lot actually.
Sweet. This next one is Commander's Plate. 1 mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has protection from each color that's not in your commander's color identity. You can equip your commander for 3 or equip for 5.
Yeah, then the problem with these things is because not everyone's always going to be holding like that artifact removal that they need to get rid of your commander. Mm-hmm. And then you just keep giving your commander protection from things. So then you keep making things like Blackblade Reforged is obviously going to sit and be a problem. Commander's Plate is going to be a problem. And you can't even hit the creature until you hit the Commander's Plate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I bet a farewell just makes you say, all right, time to go home, guys. Have a great... That's fair. Someone casts farewell in this deck, you say farewell in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. See you guys later.
All right. I will. It's been great. I've been I've been Daniel, and this has been wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That would be rough.
Pack up your things and just go home.
Yeah. Nope. That or like a Hercules recall or something is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. You also got your Dark Steel Plate, 3 colorless, equip creatures indestructible, and it's indestructible and equips for 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Death Render. 4 mana, equip creature gets +2/+2. Whenever equipped creature dies, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield and attach Death Render to it.
I like that.
Yeah.
The next one is, Fire Shrieker. You've got your 3 mana, equipped creature has double strike and equips for 2. Just, again, smash and face with that Liberator.
Yeah. Time to crew up the Battlethopter.
Yep.
We've got Hammer of Nizan. It is a 4 mana legendary artifact equipment. Whenever Hammer of Nizan or another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach that equipment to target creature you control. An equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible, and it's got equipped for 4.
Yeah, a lot of indestructible for your commander. And again, not many decks are playing something that can consistently block flying. Like, that's why my Bird's Taunos deck, for instance, does so well.
Yeah.
Is because, it just doesn't really matter, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that a lot. You've also got your Lightning Greaves, just good basic protection. 2 colorless, equipped creature has haste and shroud and equip 0.
Yeah. Then we got Loxodon Warhammer. 3 mana. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has trample and lifelink, and it's got equipped for 3.
Yeah. The next card, too, you don't really see very often, and it's one I also really like. The Mask of Avacyn. 2 colorless, equipped creature gets +1/+2 and has hexproof and equips for 3. Just another card you don't see too often, but I do really like the stats that it gives.
Yeah, I quite like this one. Then we got Mask of Memory. 2 mana for an equipment. I love this 40k art on it too. But it's whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw 2 cards, and if you do, discard a card, and it has equipped for 1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's another cool one too as well. Your Nettlecyst. 3 colorless. It's got colorless. I don't know why I keep saying colorless today. Colorless mana. 3 colorless. Yes. It's got Living Weapon. When this equipment enters, you create a 0/0 black Phyrexian Germ token, then attach it to it. Equipped creature gets 1/1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. That is a problem. Again.
Yeah, gets out of hand real quick.
Well, yeah, just your whole deck is... It's all artifacts. Like, it's pretty much every card in the deck is going to be a buff, and this also buffs it. Like, at its weakest, it's going to be like a 2/2 for your commander if you have only your commander in this out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I doubt you're often going to have just your commander out.
No. Next up, we got Prowler's Helm. 2 mana. Equipped creature can't be blocked except by walls. And it's got equipped for 2.
Yeah, I can't see any problems with that one.
Unless you're playing against, like, Arcades or Pramicon. No one's playing walls.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's that's such a weirdly specific creature type.
Yeah.
And yeah, no one is actually running those.
Yeah, exactly.
You've also got your Swiftfoot Boots. Again, like really, really good protection. The 2 mana equipped creature has hexproof and haste and equipped for 1.
Yeah. Then we got Sword of Hours. 2 mana. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, roll a d12. If the result is greater than the damage dealt, or the result is 12, double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. And has equipped for 2.
That's actually really cool in this deck.
Yeah.
I really like that a lot. Whenever equipped creature attacks, put a 1 counter on it. Whenever it deals combat damage, d12. That's wicked. The fact that you can just double up.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite like this one.
Then you have the Thran Power Suit. Is this from Brothers War?
Yes.
I hadn't seen this one. This is actually really, really interesting. 2 mana. It's equipped creature gets 1/1 for each aura and equipment attached to it and has ward 2 and equip 2. So it's already going to buff itself 1/1 and give it ward 2. That's actually just really solid alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I like making I don't know if you could tell, making it as hard to deal with as possible.
Yeah, I love the ward mechanic. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Just an outright tax on trying to target my stuff. I've got absolutely no problems with that one.
Yeah. And the final card in the clothing section is Trailblazer's Boots. 2 mana. Equipped creature has non-basic land walk and equip for 2.
Yeah. I like this deck. I was going to say I was expecting it to be way more mean.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's also like a pretty cheap deck looking at it, like the 243. Like none of these sections are crazy expensive.
No, I tried to have this one under 250. That's why I had to cut out what was it called? I ended up cutting It That Betrays because
it's only it's 223 excluding basic lands because the wastes do cost money.
Yeah,
but again, like that's still like that's a pretty cheap and reasonable deck, and none of the sections are like insanely expensive. Like you got like your creatures are 42, your artifacts are, I don't know, it's all artifacts, but your artifacts are 63, like your equipment is 56. Like any of those you could like slim down just a little bit. Like this is a pretty cool budget version of Liberator. I like this a lot. You were saying before we started that you just keep building this deck.
Yeah, this is kind of the more casual version. I built Eldrazi's Stacks version. I went with a full like mean version based off of Kozilek, that CEDH deck.
Yeah,
but I'm loving this one.
Yeah, I really like the artifact stuff. When they spoiled that they were going to do Brothers War, I said outright there was going to be a lot of cool new artifacts that we were going to be able to play with, and
yeah,
I definitely was right on it.
Yeah,
like it's they really like I think nailed it with it, and I really like the commander options that came out of that set.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've had a lot of really fun ones. I think what was that one called? The Archimandrite. That one.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, that's the monks one, right? Like the monks and wizards, and I think that's a really cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm just a big fan of this deck overall.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
This is a very cool one. We'll wrap it there. I wanted to say thank you everyone for again showing up to listen, making it to the end of the episode. If you like the deck, definitely give us some feedbacks. Tell us what you would have put in it. If you have your other list too, Slothy, I'll put the other copies of the nonsense that you would put in here, like the stacks list up.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, if you like the list, reach out and stuff. Tell us what you would have put in Liberator. Like, do you think we missed something? And if any of these cards are expensive, go to abyssproxyshop.com and use promo code IT99. That's going to get you a discount at checkout. It helps you get cheaper cards. It helps us get cheaper cards. And then maybe you can get out, support your LGS, and buy some new cards for new decks, because now you've got the cool proxy version of Mana Crypt.
Yeah.
And with that, I wanted to say, again, thank you guys so much for listening, and I'm really looking forward to these next few episodes for December. They should be a blast. So thanks early on for sticking with us throughout the year, and have a great one.
Yeah, thank you.